Melanin is the pigment that makes eyes and skin darker. Melanin is also found in the brain. Researchers found that genes related to melanin are also related to pain. People with darker colored eyes have been shown to be more susceptible to pain than those with lighter eyes. A 2014 study by the American Pain Society found that healthy pregnant women with green or blue eyes had a higher tolerance for pain and an easier childbirth than those with brown or hazel eyes. People with lighter eyes also have a higher tolerance for alcohol. Only 10% of the cells in your body are human cells. The other 90% is made up of 100 trillion essential microbes and bacteria. Once the oxygen supply is cut off, the brain can survive around 3 to 6 minutes. Bones stop growing after puberty. Meanwhile, your ears and nose continue to grow throughout your life. This is due to gravity lengthening the cartilage. Your eyes only grow for 3 months after birth and then remain about the same size. When you listen to music, your heart can synchronize to the rhythm. The average human body contains enough fat to make about 7 bars of soap. People glow in the dark. However, the glow is too weak for the human eye to detect. This bioluminescence occurs due to the metabolic reactions happening in the body. Humans and other mammals are born with a diving reflex to protect you against drowning. It slows the heart rate and shuts down certain body functions in order to preserve oxygen. The diving reflex is triggered when your face becomes submerged in cold water. For the organs in your body that come in pairs, you only need one of them to survive. The cornea, which is the transparent part on the front of the eyes, is the only part of the body that does not receive any blood supply. Instead, it gets oxygen directly from the surrounding air. A quarter of all the bones in your body are in your feet, and another quarter are in your hands. By adulthood, we each have 60,000 miles of blood vessels inside our bodies, which is more than twice the distance around the world. Stomach acid has a pH between 1 and 2. It is so strong that it can even dissolve metal. This acid also attacks your stomach lining stomach protects itself by secreting an alkali bicarbonate solution to prevent the stomach from being digested. The lining of the stomach is also replaced every week. Just like fingerprints, we also have a unique tongue print, toe prints, lip print, and footprint. The iris in your eyes, your voice, teeth, ears, and even the way you walk are all completely unique. The body will shed about 600,000 skin particles every hour, and every 2 to 4 weeks we shed our entire outer layer of skin. A bond exists between the digestive system and the brain. This is known as the gut-brain axis. A troubled intestine sends signals to the brain, and likewise, a troubled brain sends signals to the gut. A distressed stomach can be the cause or the product of anxiety, stress, or depression. The brain makes up about 2% of your total body weight, but it uses up about 20% of your total energy intake. This is about 20 watts of power. The biggest joint in your body is the knee. The longest human pregnancy ever recorded lasted over a year at 375 days long. The gluteus maximus is the largest muscle in the human body, with the main function of keeping us upright and moving forwards. The smallest muscle is inside the ear. It's called the stapedius muscle. It connects to the eardrum and helps regulate sound. The hardest working muscle is the heart, which pumps 2,500 gallons around the body every day. It is the only muscle that is continually working and does not get tired. Every day, your heart produces enough energy to power a truck for 20 miles of driving. Over an average lifespan, it creates enough energy to drive a truck to the moon and back. As long as it has enough oxygen, your heart can continue to beat even when it's separated from your body. This is because your heart has its own electrical impulse. Your brain is not fully developed until you reach your mid to late 20s. The part of the brain behind the forehead, called the prefrontal cortex, is one of the last parts to mature. This area is responsible for skills like planning, prioritizing, structures called alveoli. Our bones are filled with a spongy substance called bone marrow and has many blood vessels. There are two types of bone marrow, red and yellow. Red marrow contains blood stem cells that can become red blood cells, white blood cells, or platelets. It is mostly found at the ends of bones. Bone marrow is made mostly of fat and contains stem cells that can become cartilage, fat, or new bone cells. Your bones go through a lifelong process called remodeling, where mature bone tissue is removed from the skeleton and new bone tissue is formed. These processes also replace bones after injuries like fractures, but also microdamage, which occurs during normal activity. About 10% of all bone tissue is replaced every year by the remodeling process. So after 10 years, your skeleton has completely replaced itself. Your bones are composed of 31% water. Each minute you shed over 30,000 dead skin cells. The entire surface of your skin is shed and replaced every month. This means you will have about 1,000 different skins over your lifetime. Babies are born with about 300 bones. Adults have 206. This is because babies are made up of many smaller bones. But as they grow, these bones fuse together, decreasing the total number of bones. The skin is the largest organ and contributes to about 15% of your body weight. Skin also has 1,000 different species of bacteria on it. At any given time, 1/3 of each tooth is underneath the gum. Although only paper thin, the enamel that covers your teeth is much stronger than your bones. In fact, the only substance on Earth stronger than enamel is diamond. A study by the Journal of Hand Surgery found that the pinky finger makes up to 1/3 of your total grip strength. Meanwhile, your big toe can bear about 40% of your total body weight. The jaw muscle, called the masseter, is extremely strong. The human jaw is capable of exerting up to 125 kilograms of force in a single bite. That is 275 pounds. On average, the female bite registers at 110 pounds, while the male bite registers at 150 pounds. 75 pounds of force by Richard Hoffman in 1986. Your intestines are always moving due to a process called peristasis. This is an automatic and continuous wave-like movement of the muscles that line your gastrointestinal tract. Its purpose is to aid digestion. A small percentage of people have the ability to give themselves goosebumps on command. The liver is the only organ in the human body that can regenerate itself, a phenomenon that has been recognized since ancient Greek times and has been confirmed by modern science. While some diseases can damage the liver beyond repair, the liver has the capacity to regenerate itself even after 90% of it has been removed, according to the National Institutes of Health. Unlike kidney donors who give up one of their 2 kidneys, liver donors only need to give up a piece of theirs, which will grow back on its own. Pus is just a collection of white blood cells and is usually a good sign that your immune system is working. Identical twins smell the same, and it is thought that our body odor is rooted in genetics. Every second, your body produces 25 million new cells, which means in 15 seconds you will have produced more cells than the population of the United States. The average nose produces a cupful of nasal mucus per day. You are about 1 centimeter taller in the morning when you first wake up compared to when you go to sleep. This is because during the day, the soft cartilage between all your bones becomes compressed by gravity. We share 40 to 50% of identical DNA with cabbages, bananas, and many other plants. Mushrooms are more closely related to us than they are to plants. Some fungi can even move or seem to crawl. In the average lifetime, people spend approximately 1 year just sitting on the toilet. 12% of people dream in black and white. Childhood exposure to black and white television seems to be the reason for this. Research found that people 25 years old and younger said they almost never dream in black and white. But people over 55 who grew up with little access to color television reported dreaming in black and white about a quarter of the time. This condition is called superior canal dehiscent syndrome. Every time the eye moves in the sockets, they can hear a sound like scratching sandpaper. Some can also hear every sound within their bodies, including their own voice from inside the head, as well as the body digesting. Research found that someone with healthy vision could detect light from a candle from about 1.7 miles away. Within about 30 minutes, the heat that your body produces can bring half a gallon of water to a boil. The fastest muscles are found in your eyes. They are called 𝐟𝐥𝐞𝐱𝐢𝐬𝐩𝐭 muscles. They allow both your eyes to flick in a similar direction in about 50 milliseconds, which is 1/20th of a second. The muscles of the eye contract more than 100,000 times a day. That's the equivalent of your legs walking 50 miles. Your eyes can only move slowly if you're tracking an object. Otherwise, they just twitch in place. Your spine is compressed 40% more when sitting compared to standing. This causes a higher risk for sciatica, a herniated or slipped disc, degenerative disc disease, and lower back pain. Sitting down for long periods of time can also shorten your lifespan by about 8 years. A study by the American Journal of Preventative Medicine found that prolonged sitting was associated with an increased risk of 34 chronic diseases, including obesity, diabetes, cancer, and cardiovascular disease. The University of Washington shared a statistic that women who sit for 6 hours a day have a 94% higher chance of death, and for men the statistic is 48%. WebMD recommended that standing up, moving and stretching for at least 1 minute every half hour could help. Recently, I was very lucky to be sent a standing desk by a company called FlexiSpot. I'm going to show it to you right now. This is the FlexiSpot E7 standing desk. It comes in different colors. This one is maple with a white frame. When I received it, it came in quite a few different parts. It took us about 1 hour and a half to assemble it. I've been using it for a couple weeks now, and I like it a lot. When I get tired, I can just press a button on the keypad and lower the desk down. They are made of sustainably sourced materials. You can check out steel, but 50 times lighter. Each cubic inch of healthy bone can bear a load of 19,000 pounds, which is about the same weight as 5 pickup trucks. 1 out of every 200 people have an extra rib. This rib is called the cervical rib, which is present at birth and forms above the first rib, growing at the base of the neck, just above the collarbone. Your fingers are capable of feeling objects as small as 13 nanometers. For comparison, if your finger was the size of the Earth, then you would be able to feel the individual cars and houses. The longest muscle in the body is the sartorius, which spans the hip area and down past the knee. It works with other muscles to move the hip and knee joints. The only jointless bone in the body is the hyoid bone, which is in the throat area. Sweat is actually odorless, but when the bacteria found on your skin eats your sweat, this is what produces body odor. These bacteria thrive in the body's sweaty regions. The shoulder blade is connected to the body by 15 different muscles and is not attached to any bone. About 3% of people have a condition called 𝐟𝐥𝐞𝐱𝐢𝐬𝐩𝐭, which is where they cannot recognize the voices of familiar people. In terms of DNA, all humans are more than 99% identical. The visual and physical differences between us are only due to a tiny variation in genetics. When we remember an event or something in the past, it is not like playing a file on a computer. Our brain rewrites the memory each time we think of it, slowly altering and changing it over time. The memories we have from long ago may have been distorted by our brains over many years. 99% of the human body is made of just 6 elements: oxygen, hydrogen, nitrogen, carbon, calcium, and phosphorus. Another 5 elements make up the rest. They are sulfur, potassium, sodium, chlorine, and magnesium. All 11 elements are essential. Eyebrows have 2 main functions: for communicating through facial expression and to stop sweat dripping into your eyes. The appendix was found appendix would repopulate the intestines with good bacteria before harmful bacteria could get there. People without an appendix may have slightly higher rates of infection. It may also take them longer to recover from certain illnesses. Your tongue is made up of 8 intertwined muscles. These muscles form a matrix and works in a similar way to the trunk of an elephant or the tentacles of an octopus. Placentophagy is the practice of a woman eating the placenta that comes out after she gives birth. Other mammals also do this. It is claimed that it helps to prevent postpartum depression. A Canadian study claimed that 24% of women questioned ate their placenta. Babies do not have kneecaps. Instead, they have cartilage that gradually turns into bone. Humans are the only animals with chins. Children are born with every tooth they'll ever have crammed into their skull. Most are buried beneath the skin until they get older. The skull appears to have 4 rows of teeth. Each part of the body has an ability to repair itself, except from the teeth. Your tongue is meant to rest at the top of your mouth. There are 639 muscles in the body. However, there are no muscles in your fingers. A study found that per square inch, we have the same number of hairs as chimpanzees, but our hairs are much finer, making it hard to see and creating a lower overall volume. The longest bone in the body is the femur in your thigh. An adult male femur can support roughly 6,000 pounds of force, or up to 30 times your body weight. A study published in Atmospheric Environment found that hair absorbs the air pollutant ozone, which helps the environment. Scalp oils especially were found to be a major contributor to this. Humans are the only mammals that cry as an emotional response. We have much more than 5 senses. Scientists think there are at least 18. We have proprioception, which is the sense of space, nociception, useless anymore, but they were useful about 370 million years ago. Scientists say that our very early ancestors had both gills and lungs, and when they sucked water in through their gills, it could sometimes be inhaled into their lungs. A hiccup would help dislodge the water and stop them from choking. Children and teenagers tend to grow faster during the spring and summer. You can taste garlic with your feet. If you rub the soles of your feet with garlic, you'll begin to taste it 30 minutes later. This is due to a compound in garlic that penetrates the cell membranes, travels up the bloodstream and reaches your taste buds. Some men can actually produce milk like women. Because we evolved to walk on 2 feet, the pelvis and birth canals of women became narrower and faces backward, meaning we have one of the most painful births. Non-human primates seek to be alone when giving birth because they do not need any help due to the pelvis being more forward-facing. Every night when you go to sleep, cells in your brain called microglial cells eat the old cells that you don't need anymore. Another type of brain cells, called astrocytes, clear out old and unnecessary synapses. However, if you are sleep deprived, your brain goes overboard with the clearing, and the microglial cells start to eat the astrocytes. Increased microglial activity over a lifetime has been linked to Alzheimer's disease. Your immune system does not always recognize the eyes as part of the body. There are many diseases where the immune system attacks and tries to destroy the eye, which could blind you in the process. You carry, on average, about 4 pounds of bacteria around in your body. Facial hair grows faster than any other hair on the body. If the average man never shaved his beard, it would grow to over 30 feet during his lifetime, which is longer than a killer whale. 1980, 52-year-old Willie Jones of Atlanta was admitted to the hospital for heat stroke. He has the highest ever recorded body temperature at 115 degrees Fahrenheit, or 46.1 Celsius. He spent 24 days in hospital and survived. Your forearm is about the same length as your foot. Scientists have counted over 500 release of plasma protein and detoxification. The aorta is the largest artery of the body and carries blood away from the heart to the body. It is about the same diameter as a garden hose. Sneezes travel at over 100 miles per hour. Feet have 500,000 sweat glands and can produce more than a pint of sweat per day. Babies are born with blue eyes because the melanin in a newborn's eyes often needs time to be fully adjusted by exposure to UV light, later revealing their true eye color. Pound for pound, a baby is stronger than an ox. The largest internal organ is the small intestine, which measures 4 times as long as an average person. The human brain looks wrinkled because it is actually folded inside the skull in order to fit a maximum amount of surface in. Some animals, like rodents, have a completely smooth brain. You always see the end of your nose. However, your brain just tells your eyes not to show it in your view. There are more than 100,000 miles of blood vessels in your body. If you smoothed out all of the wrinkles in your brain, it would lay flat, about the size of a pillowcase. It was discovered that the brain is much more active at night than during the day. Every atom in your body is billions of years old. Hydrogen, the most common element in the universe and your body, was produced in the Big Bang 13.7 billion years ago. Heavy atoms such as carbon and oxygen were made in stars between 7 and 12 billion years ago.